1:15 p.m. at the moment. Why did I wake up so late? This is the latest I have woken up in very long time, definitely this year. Reason why I've woken up this late is because my flight yesterday was delayed by 2.5 hours. By the time I got home, it was like 3 a.m. This is the thing when you fly on cheaper airlines like Wizz Air. Of course, it's cheaper, it's more affordable, but the price you have to pay is things like this could happen, the delays and everything. But you know what? I'm grateful that I got here all okay. So end of the day, that's the main thing. It did mean that my day starts really late today, so 1 p.m. I've also taken a day off today. The reason why I did it is because number one, I kind of have to like get my body and get my mind like rested fully and get ready for Monday. I want to really utilize Friday. I'm not gonna sit here and just chill the whole day, right? I've rested, I'm good now. There's a lot of things to be done. Number one, what I have to do is make a new workout routine, 5 days a week. We're going in hard. I was thinking of doing push-pull legs, push-pull for 1 month, and then when I start my new gym in September, we'll go push-pull legs, upper lower. Going on a holiday over the last 6 days has taught me about myself now. And usually I don't really have these kind of, like, I just go on holiday and I just come back and I feel a bit motivated and I start my work, like, and sometimes I do learn a few things. Like my first ever holiday with my friends in Mexico a couple years ago, I learned a bit about myself and like, you know, that I really like experiencing things and learning cultures and all that stuff. But also like I realized like, oh, like I get motivated as soon as I come home, because I want to kind of do that again. This one was really different. Like this one, I actually felt like I learned a lot. Just before I went on holiday, I was in a really good routine, good momentum for a month at my new job. I've been training and I just couldn't wait to go ahead and start the role officially on Monday. But then, you know, I booked this holiday ages ago, like a couple months ago, before I even knew I was gonna get a new job. So in terms of timing, it might not have been the most ideal, but it certainly wasn't the worst, because I would have rather done it now than do it, let's say 2 weeks into the role, where I have to kind of break momentum and then try and pick that back again. I wouldn't have really liked to do that, but I'm happy that it happened before I officially started. Yeah, I might have missed out on a week of like self-training, self-learn and stuff, but it's a lot better that way than it is breaking momentum during the role. Even though my day in a life normally, you could, you know, to a normal person, or just like if I was to try and explain it to someone, which I've done it before, it sounds so boring, because it's literally waking up early, going to work, doing what I have to do at work and structuring my day and my calendar, coming back, going to the gym, coming home, maybe edit a video or do some sort of small work again, and then go to bed, do some reading, go to bed. And it's literally that for 5 days in a row. Saturday, Sunday, it kind of changes because I'm not at work, but pretty much it's the same thing. So when I say that, it's just like, it's not exciting, right? You know, if I say that, if I'm on a date or something and I say that, it doesn't sound like, oh wow, he's living like an incredible lifestyle. It doesn't sound like that, but I want to get to that one day. But to do that, you have to take baby steps, right? You have to start laying the foundations, the bricks, before you can reap the benefits and rewards. Now, what I realized is, being 1 month into this new routine, you could say, is that when I was on holiday, it's the complete opposite, right? It's the complete opposite, because I am not doing any work, right? I am waking up, grabbing breakfast, chilling by the pool, or I'm trying to go to the gym, so I've been doing that. I went to the gym a few times, go to some bars, you know, drink, and then come home at like 2 a.m, 3 a.m, have about 4 or 5 hours of sleep and do it again. And that's that kind of routine, right? And it's very different from my daily normal routine, because I'm on holiday. And going away has made me realize that I actually really miss my normal boring routine, because the reason why I say that is because I know there's an outcome attached to it. Like, I'm not going to the gym just because I like going to the gym. I'm going because I want to achieve something. I'm not going into work and structuring my day like from every hour, you know, knowing exactly what I need to do because I find it fun. It's because at the end of the day, I want to become a top performer. I want to be the best. And to do that, you have to be very organized. And you have to be able to be comfortable doing the monotonous daily routine tasks, right? But whereas when you're on holiday, it's different, because it's relaxed, it's free flowing, you go with the flow. You know, the only intended outcome, there's no intended outcome, it's just purely you're living for the day, like day by day, right? Rather than there's an end goal, which makes sense. You're on holiday, 7 days a week, whatever. But being in that environment, I realized I can't do it that long, and I have to, and I just miss my old routine because I think also like with the normal routine I'm in, like I know like in a year's time, like I will be in a very different position, 2 years time, 3 years time, whatever. But if I was to continue this, the holiday routine, whatever, or like take elements of that, I wouldn't really get too far. So I really miss it. I like the challenges. I like having the struggles and the normal routine. It's weird because I find beauty in the struggle. Anyway, going on holidays made me miss that so much. So when coming back, like I can't wait to do it, because usually when I go on other holidays, which I've done it like many times in the past, I'm always dreading the last day. I'm like, I really don't want to leave this place. I can't be asked to go back to my normal, job, whatever. But now it's the opposite. It's the opposite. I really wanted to probably leave like 4 days in. I was like, I'm ready to go, and just I missed the other routine. So I think it's also because I gamify my actual routine, my boring tasks. I gamify it. And when you're playing a game, you're kind of sometimes locked in. You don't really want to do anything else. Second realization is that you have to surround yourself with people who are aligned to your own goals and your own personal values, because end of the day, some of the 5 people you surround yourself with are what they essentially make or break you, or they shape who you are. Because if you're always around people that are talking about the same subjects you're talking about, acting out the same actions that you're trying to act out, having the same goals and aspirations, or similar goals and aspirations, they're working hard to get to that, you're just going to naturally absorb that energy. You're just going to naturally feel motivated because you're around that kind of sphere of influence. When I was on holiday, we went on this bar crawl, which was probably my favorite night, because you were going around bar and bar and bar, and you get to meet new people, and it was just really nice talking to the random people. And we met this one guy who happens to be from the UK as well, and he's younger than me. He's a couple years younger, but he does like marketing and sales and stuff. And he was telling me about his goals and aspirations, and I knew for instant when having the conversations with him, he was just so switched on. And then we had like, he ended up chilling with us for the majority of the trip, which was nice. He was solo traveling as well. It was amazing because like I know to a degree how hard it is, because even though I did alone in Canada, it wasn't as solo as probably he's done like here and elsewhere. So I respect that, and yeah, it was really fun, like meeting new people, learning from their perspectives. And the final thing I learned is that money doesn't buy happiness, and I still believe that, but what it does buy is opportunities and freedom. I realized this because we traveled, when we were in Croatia, we traveled to an island called Hvar, and it was a private island, and there was like a harbor, there was some yachts in there was some nice boats, and people that could only access them were people of high wealth or high income, whatever. Like, of course, makes sense. And like as soon as we left the ferry, there was so many people just like looking at the harbors and like admiring it and everything, and I was one of them. And I'm just thinking like how rich do you have to be to own just the smallest yacht or the smallest boat on that harbor? It's insane, let alone how rich you have to be to own the biggest. Most of the time, those owners aren't even going to be there. They just probably chill there once a year, or come by, swing by and have a look. They've got multiple locations. Like, I just realized there is so much money in the world. You have to take self-responsibility and accountability for your own personal growth and your own personal development, and push to try and get to a level where you feel like you've hit achievement, And also, like, when we were out in clubs and like bars and stuff, whatever, it's always the people with the money that attracts the attention. That, of course, because they've got the status, they've got the tables, they've got the bottles, whatever, and even the girls, like, they've got everything, right? So it makes sense. Like, you just become a magnet. Whether that's a good or bad thing, that's a different thing. But what I'm trying to say is that there was loads of boats out there, right? And you could also get that. It's just that it will require a lot of hard work. Shame I didn't get to manage to speak to anyone, but if anything, I found it very motivating. And leaving yesterday, that trip, my motivation levels is sky high right now. I'm so motivated to get things done, because I saw from my first hand experience, my 2 eyes, I saw that it's possible. I saw that there are people out there that have done it, and all it takes is a little bit of self-belief, surrounding yourself with the right people, and taking raw action. Alright, so I actually made a routine finally. I followed one online. Plan is now to hit a 5-day workout routine. I haven't done this since I was in uni, right? And even when I was in uni, I didn't do it consistently. The fact that I managed to be very consistent over the last 40 days in terms of my running. So every time after work, I'd come home, I'd run for anywhere between 40 to 60 minutes. What that's allowed me to do is it's built momentum because I was doing that every single day. It's not something I've done before, because when you work out, especially after like 8 hours of your day job, the last thing you can think about is stepping inside of a gym and working out. You just want to go home and you just want to turn your brain off, have some food, relax, put on a show or whatever, and just chill. But I understand that if I was to do something every single day, it doesn't have to be something crazy, you know. If I was to do half an hour every day, it can change my life, right? So I did that for about a week, and then I realized, you know what, I can get into the hang of things. So let me do this for about 40 minutes. Did that for a few more weeks. Okay, you know what, let's do a little bit more. So between 40 to 60 minutes, I'd fluctuate with a nice workout post my day job. And that really built some sort of like, you know, momentum that allowed me to just easily turn up to the gym. Yes, I was tired for most of the times, but I still did it. And I think now I'm ready to take on the big step of a 5-day workout routine. And if you set yourself a nice routine where you're going to a 9 to 5, you're smashing it, you're being very organized, but then post 9 to 5, you still have to be sure that you're on it if you want to make something out of your career, out of your life, whatever. So for me, one of it is discipline, and discipline comes from consistency, like for example from the gym, because it's not easy going to the gym, and it's certainly not easy going to the gym consistently without missing anything. So it's all a form of discipline, it's all transferable skills. Let's go smash it.